pretty fortunate that we've come right out of break into new severe thunderstorm warnings this morning. This is the newest one that has just been issued. Looks like it's going to be northern Jefferson, Orange, also Jasper and Newton County. Let's go ahead and hit the button and see what it looks like out there as far as the warning goes. And this is the area of concern. We've got that warning, of course. We got the hail headed towards Koontz this morning, but the line of storms moving eastward. So it's a pretty big box for as far as the thunderstorm warning goes. We're going to go ahead and put the maps into motion for you, kind of take a look at how it all plays out. The newest information on that warning showing the severe thunderstorm warning for several counties this morning, including Hardin, Jasper, Jefferson, Newton, and Orange County. It goes until 8:45 this morning. So we're going to continue with the potential for severe weather, mainly due to hail and also some gusty winds. It'll be moving eastward. Movement was generally about 30 to 35 miles an hour. So we'll continue to kind of keep an eye on that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and back up and take a look. Big picture. Still some heavy rains across Tyler County, east of Woodville now, pushing into Jasper County. Worst of the storms still in the northwest portions of Hardin County. Notice a couple thunderstorms from Nome back down into the southern portions of Liberty County. We're seeing that, of course, Nome on the extreme western edge of Jefferson County this morning. A lot of lightning with this as well. And again, we'll be able to maybe kind of get a look at it and count the lightning too as well here in just a moment. In the meantime, let's zoom into this storm in portions of Hardin County. I had set up my zoom a little further to the west, but that storm continues to move. So what we're going to do is move the camera. We can do that. And of course, we'll take a look here. Oh, that's not going to work. How about right now? There we go. We'll take that pan and we'll move the maps back to the west a little bit, get to that hail core just to the east of Honey Island approaching Koontz right now. That is the worst of the storm right now. The black, certainly a very good indication that there is some hail, although the heaviest of hail, the largest of hail has been just to the southwest of this core. And of course, we'll continue to keep an eye on that. We've seen hail reports of up to 2 inches in diameter and some pretty large hail moving through. New flash flood warning coming out as well, just in the last couple of minutes. There's the hail, and you can see it here. We're going to continue to take this map and work it back to the west a little bit. So as we query the hail and see exactly how big it is indicated on the radar here, looks like this is going to be just shy of 2 inches, about 1.5 inches, but we have seen it kind of pulse up and down as high as 1.8 and as low as 1.3. But this is approaching Highway 326, going to be crossing that and headed towards Koontz. As a matter of fact, we've got an interesting tool that we can use to kind of track the hail and maybe the impacts that you might see there. So we're going to take a look at that real quick, and it's called the Storm Track. And as you take a look, you see the hail just to the southwest of Koontz. It's moving off towards the northeast, and as we query the information on it, you'll see that that storm has been moving pretty quickly. Again, to the northeast, about 25 miles an hour, so it should reach Koontz, this particular portion of the storm, by about 8:06. Now, the Titan impact is an impact from 1 to 10 on how severe the potential for hail is. So this is a 6, so this is a pretty good indication that there is some pretty decent hail. So if you're along Highway 326 over towards, say, Highway 69, 287, definitely be on the lookout there in the next 15, 20 minutes or so. Again, by 8:04, the time now expected in Koontz. While we're sitting here, let's go ahead and take a look at the flash flood warning that has popped up here, and we'll get the latest information on that. And that is going to be across, let's see here. We're zooming in, and it looks like we're going to be in this particular area here up around Shepherd. So this is going to be, as we take a look, that warning is going to be for Montgomery, Polk, San Jacinto, and Waller County, so just off to our west. That's going to go until 10 o'clock this morning. Some pretty heavy rain from the woodlands back towards Dayton Lakes and just north of Liberty as we continue throughout the morning. So there's the hail. Again, it's moving towards Koontz. Again, about 8:03 is the time we anticipate there. And of course, across the rest of Hardin County, we've got thunderstorm warnings until 8:45. Hardin, Jasper, Jefferson, Newton, and Orange. Flash flood warnings for Hardin and Tyler County go now until 10:30 this morning. This is the area of concern. That's the heaviest storm moving off to the east. So eventually Silsbee, maybe just north of Lumberton as far as that heavy core goes, but the entire line of showers and storms is going to be moving to the east, again about 25 to 30 miles an hour. So let's take a look to the north again. Some pretty heavy rainfall has happened across Tyler County. Also, western portions of Jasper County. Chester has seen almost 4 inches of rain so far this morning, and we still have the heavier rain still back to our west along Highway 90 and areas north of that, all going to be moving eastward as we head throughout the morning. So again, most of the activity for the morning hours is going to stay north of Interstate 10. I do believe we will fill in things and see some rain across portions of southern Jefferson County, primarily the southern half of Nederland, Port Neches, Groves, those areas this morning. Coleman High School is up to 2.6 inches of rain, almost 2.7 inches of rain so far this morning. 71 degrees the current temperature there. We'll make another stop to Brookland ISD. They also have seen over an inch of rain this morning. Their temperature right now at 72. Across the area, we've got 70s and low 70s at that. The temperatures just have not cooled much overnight. 75 at Gilbert Adams, 76 at Bridge City and at Port Neches, while we've got 76 at Highland, Crystal Beach, and at Port Bolivar. There's the big picture. Again, a lot of the rain has been to our north this morning. Some pretty heavy rains from Lufkin to Shreveport over to Jasper. But again, the southern portion of this line moving through Hardin County is the strongest part at this point. Again, 1 to 2 inch hail possible as it continues to move out of Hardin County into northern Jefferson, southern Jasper, Newton, and also Orange counties. That severe thunderstorm warning goes for another hour till about 8:45 this morning. The reason for the storms, energy coming around the base of a trough and running into southeast Texas. You combine that energy with all kinds of moisture, you get some pretty big storms firing up, and this is the way it looks for us this morning. Pretty good rains moving across the area as we head through the 10 o'clock hour. There's 11 o'clock, still some heavy rains to the north of Houston that do look like they're going to rotate a little bit more to the south, so maybe mid and south county could get some showers, certainly over into Orange, some areas that have not seen much, if any, rain so far this morning. It does quiet down a bit as we head towards 8 o'clock this evening, and then we'll get ready to fire it all up again across southeast Texas heading into Friday, and that is our next weather maker with the storms moving on through. Again, pretty quiet early Friday morning, but as we head towards the 6, 7 o'clock hour, pretty good stuff. Tornado warning has just popped up. We'll take a look at that. Again, across southeast Texas, that tornado warning in effect for portions of Hardin County. We'll go ahead and take a look at a couple things to kind of give us an indication of where this is taking place at. We've got the tornado warning now in effect, it looks like, for northern portions of Hardin County, and that is for Hardin and Jefferson until 8:15 this morning. We're going to go ahead and clear that out, and we're going to take a look at the rotation and see if we can pick out exactly where that feature might be. And we'll take a look here, kind of zoom in. Yeah, let's clear a couple things out and try this again, because we do have that tornado warning that is now in effect for portions of Hardin County until 8:15 this morning. We're going to pan that camera down just a little bit, get this storm in the center of the screen. And again, it's going to be right in here, just south of FM 770, north of FM 421, just to the southwest of Kuntz. And we're going to go ahead and put that velocity scope on it and kind of give you an indication of where that rotation is this morning. So we zoom out. Right there, you can see kind of the rotation. Again, this is going away from the radar. This is going towards the radar. So FM 770 towards Kuntz. We told you this storm is moving off to the east at about 30 miles an hour. So tornado warning in effect until 8:15 this morning for portions of Hardin and also southern Tyler counties in southeast Texas. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Of course, a lot of rotation at this point. Just radar indicated, have not seen confirmation of that yet, but there does appear to be some decent rotation. Again, around the FM 1003, FM 770 towards Kuntz, intersecting Highway 326. So if you're in this area here, you might want to go ahead and get in your safe shelter, as there does appear to be at least some rotation on radar that's going to be indicative of tornado potential in western portions of Hardin County. Again, this system is going to be moving to the east, so it is going to cross Highway 287, probably just to the south of Kuntz between there and Lumberton. So again, just kind of keep an eye out there. But there is looks like right there, that's kind of where we think it may be as it does move off towards the east, again at about 30 miles an hour. So again, the tornado warning continues until 8:15. It is for portions of Hardin and also Tyler County, actually Hardin and Jefferson County, as the storm is moving this direction, just to the, maybe tracking just to the south of Lumberton. Again, you see a pretty good notch here. Maybe that's where the rotation is definitely kind of tracking, moving just north of FM 421 there to the west of Highway 287. So we're going to go ahead and, at this point, I'm going to toss it back to Angel and Macy as we get ready to go to break. Get some more information on this storm. We'll come back and tell you the latest. Again, a tornado warning in effect for Hardin and Jefferson County until 8:15. Of course, you'll keep it here with your weather authority, and we will keep you ahead of the storm. Angel, Macy, back to you.
Yeah, and again, we talked about this last time this happened. Now's the time to call people that live in that area. If they're asleep, wake them up, let them know what's going on, so that way they can take shelter just in case, because we saw what happened last time when there was a warning in the Port Arthur area.
And a lot of people, there were no injuries that time, and I think it is because a lot of folks monitored the situation and kept track with Chad and obviously with the weather reports, and they warned them about it and got them to safety. So please, right now, this is your chance. The direction it seems to be going towards Kuntz, that Hardin County area, and Chad is monitoring right now. We will continue to monitor it. We're probably going to take a short break, but when we come back, Chad will have the latest. But if you are in that area of Koontz, please take shelter. There is a tornado warning right now. Please be safe.
5 on this Thursday morning. Again, tornado warning in effect until 8:15 this morning for portions of Hardin and Jefferson County. Certainly, this is the area of concern here. You can kind of see the inflow notch if there is some rotation right in here. But again, it is going to be circulating in a counterclockwise fashion across Hardin County. It looks like it's across Highway 326, going to be approaching Highway 287 just to the south of Koontz. Put the velocity scale on it for you right there, and you can kind of see the rotation. Again, this is an indication of the radar going away. The reds, the blues, and the greens indicate winds going towards the storm. So as we put I'm going to do a little tracking for you here, at least a little illustration, and I'm not going to be able to because I didn't actually start the show. But what we've got, again, this is kind of the area of concern that we are watching as we work our way through the morning. So again, tornado warning in effect for portions of Hardin and Jefferson County. I'm going to step out, keep the radar up here, if you would, Arthur, and I'm going to actually do some tracking for you off screen, and you can kind of see exactly what we're talking about. Again, it's the radar out of Lake Charles picking up this rotation this morning, and as we take a look again, I'll kind of give you an indication of what's happening here. It's the winds going this direction, right in this area here. So we're looking at this storm basically moving towards the east. Let me get a quick direction on it and see what's taking place there. This storm is moving to the east at 30 miles an hour. This severe thunderstorm capable of producing both tornadoes and extensive straight line wind damage 7 miles to the southwest of Koontz, moving to the east at 30. So what we want to do now, as we have the information there, we're going to go ahead and put a cone on it as we track this particular storm. We think that velocity signature says that the storm is right there, moving off to the east at about 30. Let me zoom out a little bit further. We'll retry this again, but we are looking at, again, some pretty interesting radar signatures there. Again, just to the southwest of Koontz. It does look like at this point it is moving in the direction of Lumberton. So if you are in the Lumberton area this morning, definitely want to move to a safe location, an interior room away from windows, and of course, stay away from the windows and doors. Again, pretty dangerous situation now as we're moving off to the east at 30 miles an hour. Lumberton, this particular storm could be near you by 8:08, Rose Hill Acres by 8:10, Pine Forest by 8:21, and Viter by 8:24. So that is the track of the storm moving off to the east at about 30 miles an hour. We'll slide this back out, and again, we are looking at some pretty good rotation indicated on radar here. You got the oranges and the reds are moving towards the away from the radar. The blues and the greens are moving toward the radar. So it looks like right around FM 326 or Highway 326, maybe just to the east of there is where that rotation is as it moves off to the east at about 30 miles an hour. Go ahead and put the radar back up and back up one screen. And that's kind of what we're looking at there. So the heaviest storm and still the potential for hail moving off towards Silsbee. But again, it's going to be right in this area here. Let me put a illustration on it for you real quick. Right in this area here. That's where we think we might be seeing the radar indicated tornado, at least at this point. Have not received any kind of confirmation of a sighting of a tornado, but it is moving across the western portions of Hardin County towards Highway 69, Highway 287 there around Lumberton. Heavier rains and even some hail still to the west of Silsbee. So again, we continue with a tornado warning that is in effect until 8:15 for portions of Hardin and Jefferson County. Of course, we will keep you updated as we continue throughout the morning, and of course, as we get more information from the National Weather Service. But at this point, guys, I think we'll go ahead and bring it back here and get our last break in before the top of the hour, and we'll come back fresh at the 8 o'clock hour with new information. Again, it's a tornado warning in effect until 8:15 for Hardin and Jefferson County. If you are in the Lumberton or Silsbee areas, be on the lookout for this storm. Safe shelter, interior rooms away from windows and doors. And again, just keep it here on KFDM and Fox 4, and of course, we'll keep you updated as the storm progresses. Moving to the east right now at about 30 miles an hour.
Thank you, Chad. And if we can keep that radar as we close the show, we will be joining in back with all this information in our 8 o'clock hour. So please stay with us. Chad will continue to be monitoring this situation. But again, if you're in that area, take shelter now. We'll be right back.
Well, good morning. Welcome into the morning show on this Thursday. It's 8:02 this morning as we are making our way through the day, though today is already kind of hectic and busy.
It is. In fact, as we come to you right now at our 8 o'clock hour, we want to update you on something we told you last hour. There is a tornado warning right now, and there's some movement that seems to be heading in the direction of Kuntz near Lumberton right now. So let's send it over back to Chad, who has been monitoring this storm. And this is the time to take precaution, right, Chad?
Absolutely, Angel. As we continue to watch radar this morning, go ahead and pop up that radar for me, Arthur. You can definitely see where the rotation is. This is, again, just to the west of Lumberton. Radar indicating winds moving away and toward the radar, an indication of rotation that we are seeing there across portions of Hardin County, just to the west of Highway 287 in Lumberton. You can see the red. Those are winds away from the radar at about 34 miles an hour. We've got radar winds toward the radar of about 41 miles an hour just to the south of that. So as I draw on that for you, you'll be able to see exactly what we're looking at. This is the area of concern, right in this area here, approaching Lumberton. So if you are in Lumberton at this point, definitely want to be in your safe shelter. Tornado warning in effect until 8:15. There does look like there is some pretty impressive rotation with this storm. Also the potential for hail in there as well. Let me read the latest statement from the National Weather Service that we have on this. Again, take cover now, move to an interior room or lowest floor of the sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Again, this was a radar indicated tornado. We can certainly see the rotation there. We have not yet, I want to repeat, not gotten confirmation of an actual visual sighting of the tornado, but we can clearly see the rotation on the radar as we work our way through the 8 o'clock hour and that storm approaches Lumberton within just a couple of miles. Matter of fact, let's see exactly how far away that is. Let's see, where is that tool going to be? I do not have that, but let's see if we can see any kind of debris being lifted from this particular storm. It does not look like that at this point, so that is certainly some good news there. We're going to go back and take a look at the radar and see what we're looking at. Again, pretty good rotation, again, just to the west of Lumberton. That's kind of what we're looking at as far as the rotation goes, and that's where the system is, again, just to the west of Highway 287. We'll continue with that tornado warning, and that tornado warning, again, continues until about 8:15. Looks like we're seeing some of the rotation that was there maybe fall apart just a little bit. That would certainly be good news, but we're still looking at some pretty decent towards about 63, some gate-to-gate winds there indicating just some weak rotation. Still right now approaching the west of Highway 287 as it moves off towards the east at about 30 miles an hour. I'm going to put a cone on this for you, kind of maybe give you an idea of what we're looking at in terms of who might be in the path of this storm. That's not going to be quite fast enough, so let me zoom back out just a little bit, get that 30-mile-an-hour track in there so we can actually get a good idea of who is in the path of this storm. The rotation just to the west of Lumberton, moving to the east at about 30 miles an hour. Again, this does not mean that that tornado or the rotation is going to last this long, but the path of this storm, which has been a dangerous one, producing hail already across portions of Liberty and Hardin County. Lumberton by 8:08, so in the next 3 minutes, it's going to be moving through Lumberton, Highway 287 first, then Highway 96, over towards Pine Forest by 8:22. If it holds, and that particular path to the east-southeast, Mauriceville could be at 8:33 and Bancroft by 8:40. But that is, again, let's see here. New warning from the weather, or new message from the Weather Service. In the process of canceling the tornado warning for Hardin County, the rotation, which we just noted a few moments ago, has substantially weakened, although there is still some broad rotation there. Just doesn't look like there's going to be the tight couplet that they were looking for a little bit earlier. But again, still a dangerous storm, whether there's a tornado there or not. Hail has also been a big issue as we've worked through the morning. Again, I'm going to put the hail up for you real quick and see where that hail has gone now across portions of Hardin County. Computer loading up here. There we go. Let's slide back, and even the hail is kind of falling apart there around Silsbee. But again, it does look like the tornado warning that is in effect for portions of Hardin County is going to be canceled here in just a few seconds. So it does look like the danger, not quite there, but it is still a strong storm. Heavy rain and a lot of lightning, as you can see there, across portions of Hardin County. So again, just kind of be on the lookout. The rotation is weakened substantially, but there is also the possibility that that rotation could tighten up once again. We'll continue to kind of keep an eye on that for you, and we'll have the latest on your forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Angel Macy, back to you.